Kiss, 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 kiss. Hello, my name is Stacy, and you're watching sincerelyCJ.
You ain't gotta question these. Shawty, I'ma always ride out, even when we passing it. Shawty, I'm yours, you're mine now. This is got me, got you, always. Hey.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of sincerelyCJ. Hit it. Okay. Babe. Stop.
Today we are going to be talking about how Jen ran away. Let's go. Story time. So, we're hanging out at Jen's house, having a good time. I wasn't supposed to be there, obviously. We weren't allowed to see each other. But one of her siblings saw me there and basically threatened to tell her parents that I was there. Then Jen was like, she wanted to run away and stuff, and I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? But she kept saying
this is after, we really weren't allowed to see each other anymore.
Yeah.
Everything already went down, and I was, totally restricted from talking to her, totally restricted from seeing her.
Basically, Jen knew that if she stayed there, she'd get her ass whooped. No, but yeah, so, she decided that she wanted to run away, so I was like, alright, now we gotta think. So, I called up my cousin, and shout out to my cousin, Ray Boy. You always been down for me, you know what I'm saying? He was always the one to come in clutch whenever I needed him to pick me up. It could be 12 o'clock, midnight, and he'd still be down to come pick me up. So, shout out. You're my favorite cousin, but don't tell the rest because they'll get jealous,
Oh, God.
But yeah, so I called up Ray Boy. He was on the way, and we were actually hiding behind some houses
because my mom was already on the way home from work.
Yeah, so Jen's mom was on the way home from work, and her neighborhood, actually, the houses had no backyards, so we were literally just hiding behind houses. And I remember peeking out, and all I see is Jen's mom, freaking speeding down the street, and I'm like, holy shit, we are gonna die. That's what was going through my head. I'm like, stay back. They're about to jump over this wall. Something's gonna happen, right? Then my cousin showed up. So we were driving up north, and originally, I was just gonna take her to my house, but while we were driving up north, my mom called me and was like, are you with Jenilyn? And I was like, oh God. So obviously she knew that Jen ran away, and so we had to scratch that and then think of something else. And the whole time we're driving up there, Jen's ducking in the back seat, and my cousin's like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, I'll explain it to you later, but she's basically running away. And he's like, what the hell?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. So then I called up a friend of mine, and I was really close to her at the time, and I was like, hey, and she knew her too.
Yeah, from
and
middle
I was
school.
like, hey, yo, can Jen stay at your house for a little bit? And she already knew the situation between me and Jenilyn and how we weren't allowed to see each other. So we dropped her there, and then my cousin dropped me home. And of course, I get home, and my mom's like, do you know where Jenilyn is? And I'm like, no. And she was like, you better not be lying, Ken. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take a nap. So I went upstairs and I took a nap, and I actually woke up to the lights of a cop siren. And when I woke up, I looked out the window and I saw the cops out the window, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden I get a knock at my door. I'm like, okay, it must be Mom. So I open it up, and it's my mom, and then there's a police officer, and he's like, can I ask you some questions? And I was like, oh God, here we go. And so came out of my room, and he was asking when's the last time you seen her? And he was basically asking, do I know where she is? Is she in my room? And I was like, no. And he was like, can I search your room? So I was like, yeah, go for it, whatever. And he goes in my room, and he hardly looks. He just goes like this, and then looks in my closet, and then walks in my bathroom, but he's not really checking. And my mom's standing there the whole time, you better tell them everything you know, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, Mom, I'm sorry. My parents actually had to go to work because they work graveyard, and my aunt from Hawaii was in town, so she's like peeking out the door like, what's going on? And it was just a crazy thing because I didn't think that, you know, they'd actually call the cops and stuff and bring them to our house. They were all standing outside. I saw Jen's parents and Jen's uncles, and I was like, oh my gosh.
They were there too?
Yeah,
Oh,
they were all
telling me
there.
that. Yeah.
After all that happened, I called Jenilyn up and I was like, look, your parents done called the cops and brought them to my house, making me look crazy. No, but I just basically told her, you know, your parents are at my house with the cops, so you might want to, you know, tell your auntie and stuff. And yeah, that's basically what happened on my end, you know.
Yeah.
Calling the cops on me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good, you know. They were just concerned. I get it.
So we hung out there, and we just told her mom that, you know, I was just gonna stay there for a little bit until my aunt could pick me up. And I called my cousins, Alyssa and Bree. You guys have seen them in a lot of our videos. But I called them up, and they told their mom what was going on, and her mom and my cousins came to pick me up. And I told them what was happening, what was going on, and so they took me back to their place. And I was staying over there while we were trying to figure out what to do. And I thought I was going to sleep over there and stay the night with them. But, you know, of course, my aunt, being the responsible one, she said that we should, like, make sure that my parents know where I'm at and that I should talk to them and that we should meet them up. So I was like, oh, great. And so that night, we ended up meeting up my parents downtown, I think. Not my parents, it was actually my dad and two of my uncles, my dad's best friends. We met them downtown, and my aunt was like encouraging me to talk to my dad and tell him how I feel about the way they were, I guess, towards me and Candace and being in a relationship with her. And I couldn't even talk. I was very obviously I was scared, first of all, because I knew I was in big trouble. And then I was, of course, upset because I didn't know what to say, even if I did talk to my dad, because obviously I didn't feel that he would listen in the first place. And so she tried to make us talk when he came to get me before I went home with them. And, you know, nothing happened. But my dad was really pissed off. My uncles were in the car with us. And so that night I went home. And of course, both of my parents were mad. But my uncle, he stayed at the house with us while my parents are pissed because he didn't want anything to happen if nobody was there, just in case. He was the mediator, I guess you can say, so that nothing got too out of hand because my parents were really mad. And so he stayed in the room with us while my parents were yelling at me and lecturing me. I actually didn't even go to sleep until maybe 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning because I was in so much trouble, and they were just yelling at me and going at me. And I ended up not going to school that day. The day after, when I went back to school finally, all my friends were like, oh, what happened? Are you okay? Because your parents were calling me and asking me where you're at and da-da-da-da. So I didn't know that they called all of my friends, but I guess they had my friends' numbers, and they were asking everybody if they've seen me or if they know where I would have went. And so, yeah, that was an interesting time.
Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. So after everything that happened, honestly, I don't really remember anything after that.
If you guys are wondering, that did not help our relationship at all. It didn't change anything. We still weren't allowed to see each other. We still weren't allowed to talk to each other. And of course, you know, the next day I'm freaking worried because I'm there's no way that I could contact her. And obviously she's gonna be grounded. So it was a big mystery.
Yeah. To
figure out if she's okay and stuff.
I'm pretty sure what I probably did was use someone's phone to call you. Use somebody's phone to call you. At school. Yeah. That's probably what I did.
More than likely.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
I feel like we should write a book.
We should. So that is the backstory of how Jen ran away and basically almost sent me to jail.
No.
Don't try this at home. So now, we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
Hit it.
Heading to the Paris buffet. You don't like it? Gang gang. Got that VIP room.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, this is lovely. Alright, dab on him. Dab! Oh!
I'm gonna try this. It's chocolate.
Ooh. Is that strawberry cheesecake? Oh no, that's raspberry.
Praline cake. So do I eat this?
Try it. You're not supposed to eat that.
Shut up. I think it's chocolate.
Dab on him.
Dab.
Oh! Go. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Step back. Ooh.
This is Canada's happiness. Sure, one ice cream. Bye, Daisy saying bye.
Bye, Daisy. Bye, Daisy.
Thanks, Candace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios.
Thank you, babe. Why are you the best, though?
It's hot.
You're hot.
Shut up.
Ooh. Pa.
He'll get mad, but he'll keep doing it at the same time.
Pa. 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 For once, I am going to cook some dinner. So Jen and I actually don't really eat regular bacon because we don't really like the fats. So we eat turkey bacon. So usually I don't cook. Jen's the one that cooks. But you know what? I got this. Babe! Babe! Hello, beautiful.
Did you actually use the
Dinner
stove?
awaits you.
Hmm?
Sure did. Hey!
Oh.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
I locked her in the room and I was like, don't come out!
She never uses the stove.
Not true. Kinda true. You can't go in there. Look, look, look. What's that? Is it an airplane?
Chicken. Hi.
See what he does. Mommy thinks I walk away. Oh no, this is it. After giving this to her and buying it for her over a month ago,
No, it was like
she's
August, September,
more than a month.
probably a good 3 months.
She's finally putting the pictures in it, and look at the pictures that's in it right now. This was our family for the past 3 months.
I'm not that
BTS. 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 This girl's obsessed. Freeze! Put your hands up. Put your hands up. I said, go to Matthew. Say, put your hands up.
Oh, me?
Freeze! Put your hands up. Gotcha. Open it. Open it. Put your hands up. Do it. Are you gonna play?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what you're doing? Mom's famous.
Really? So thanks for watching another episode. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. We hope you guys like our story time. Let us know if you guys done anything crazy like that or have any other similar stories. So comment down below, like the video, and subscribe so you can watch more of our videos. We'll see you next time.
Sincerely,
CJ.
Ever and ever and ever. We're stronger with some through the weather. We put in, we on a new